What are you doing?
Nothing.
All right. Ugh. Shit. Niggas still playing my old sh. But yo sh is like the police asking us questions. Nigga will know shit. I thought that was a very good song by Drake.
I don't even know what song is.
It's because you don't listen to music.
Okay.
That's not true. You do listen to music. We just listen to the same music. You think you listen to more music than me?
I don't know. I don't think, maybe not. I know I listen to everything. My ears are never closed to good music.
But it's open to bullshit too, right?
Like that song I was just playing?
Yeah.
Yo, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like me like being on social media a little bit, but like
It's a really
like
bad song. More now, more than ever, I believe I can make a hit. More than ever.
Okay.
He didn't say a word
I
in
hear
that
you,
song.
bro.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear me? You know what song I heard today? I know I can.
Be what I want to be.
Because they want to use it for a show at my job. And one of my coworkers was like, we got to change some of these lyrics. My other coworker was arguing, no, we don't. So then the song comes on and I'm rapping every word.
And how do you feel?
You got to change some of those damn lyrics.
Oh,
Somebody can have HIV.
they do.
Yeah, but you can't have little kids saying that shit.
But they do.
They-
You got kids? Okay.
We know that they do.
We have kids talking about pronouns, but we can't talk about HIV.
Yo, we pick and choose.
That
We
sound
pick
crazy.
and choose.
That sounds crazy to me.
Me too, but we pick and choose.
Okay.
We pick and choose what we want to talk about.
Okay.
No, we pick and choose what's kid friendly nowadays. No?
Sure.
She not here with me, y'all. She not here with me today.
I am.
All right. Banter. 3,000 questions. Let's see. What was it? Oh. Okay. And the world goes round, and the world goes round. What the fuck are you smiling for? World goes round, and the world. No,
I can't smile.
that smile was OD'd. It was.
Had a good day. Had a good yesterday. I had good days.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Get a dick down, y'all. All right. Dude, these are just really good topics. Like topics.
So
like
good.
these ain't banter questions.
And okay.
Shit. Okay. Do you like hot or cold food better? Banter.
You know I'm gonna respond.
Let's bant.
It depends
Yes, I know.
on the day.
Okay.
Okay, because I love sandwiches.
The
I
good
love
thing
cold
about
cut
it is there's an odd number of days. Oh no, it's not even number of days. Never mind. That can't work.
I love cold cut sandwiches. Like, I almost had one today, but I didn't really have an appetite, so I didn't. But I love hot, not burning my tongue food. However, depending on the state of spirit I am in, I will eat like cold pizza. I will eat like cold things because the food is good. Like, I'm okay with that. But I would definitely enjoy warm food, of course. But I'm the person that would take the pizza out the refrigerator, and if I really wanted it, if it's good pizza, it's good cold.
Were you ever on a debate team?
No, I almost was.
How?
Why?
You don't give definitive answers.
Well,
You
if I
can't-
was on
you
a
don't
debate
defend
team, they
nothing.
would have to make me choose a side. I don't really have.
Choose a side. hot or cold food?
I just explained to you.
No.
I told you it depends on the day.
Pick a side.
Don't tell me what to do, Greg. What about you?
I am on the side of hot food.
Okay. So, but you wouldn't eat a cold pizza. You would heat it up.
Absolutely. That sounds cold pizza is disgusting.
Okay, I would eat cold pizza.
Okay. Would you prefer your pizza cold or hot?
Hot.
Okay.
But I would still eat cold.
That's not
pizza.
the question.
Okay, I prefer hot food, but I like cold food that should be hot.
I like cold food too.
But
I
that
love
should
the
be
sandwich.
hot.
Actually,
No.
I would take a hot sandwich over a cold sandwich any day. Especially if it's a good one.
Well, it depends because I like chicken cheese steaks.
Yeah.
I like that, but I like honey turkey. Like that's.
I like a good turkey. Honey turkey. Honey turkey is the most overrated.
It
deli
depends
of all
on
time.
the brand.
All of them. They all nasty.
It depends on the brand.
They all nasty. Oven
No
roasted.
solicitation. I like boarhead.
Not the regular turkey. Oven roasted turkey.
Okay.
That got some skin on it. Not that nasty white baby head looking ass turkey. That shit nasty.
The fact that how you described it.
But you know what I'm talking about.
But you're giving me.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Human skin.
Because that's what it looked like. It looks
That's
disgusting.
not what I want to do.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You know which turkey I'm talking about.
I know.
The generic turkey.
We've eaten this up together, so
like
I know.
when you go to the store, but let me get turkey and cheese, and you don't specify, so they just give you the regular shit.
But that's a good spot that you go to that you know you like the turkey. You're not gonna just go to any spot and do that. I'm not.
I never do anywhere now.
You pick really good sub places.
I know.
There's a good sub place that I go to with. We eat.
You eat meat?
Huh?
You eat meat?
Do I eat meat?
Bet you do. And I don't like fresh out the oil fries.
You don't like the oil. I don't want my fries that taste like oil. That's
It's
why I
not
like
tasting
air
like oil. I said
fryers.
fresh out the oil.
You want it to be a little cold?
Yeah, you know.
No.
When I go to McDonald's, I hate when they just take the McDonald's.
I want them to do that.
Or Checkers. Like, who wants to eat fries and go?
You gotta let them cool down. Stop trying to eat while you drive.
What's the point of French fries?
You gotta eat
Yeah, I'm
with your
fat.
food.
I ordered 2 orders of fries just so I can
at Checkers.
anywhere.
Oh, at Checkers, I love their fries.
I be trying to make sure I got.
They remind me of Popeye's fries. I like Popeye's fries too.
Only when Popeye fries are the only fries that they need to be fresh, and I gotta eat it right then and there. I gotta be like, I can't
Even if
wait
you
to take it home. Yeah, I just eat them.
You'll just take it.
Pause.
Okay.
Feel good about that one?
I'm good with that. I still will eat good cold pizza unless the cheese is not right. Then I have to heat it up.
No, certain things are supposed to be cold. Certain things are supposed to be hot. Pineapples are supposed to be cold, not hot.
I don't mind.
Whoever put pineapples on a pizza should kill themselves.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Well, because I don't mind. Like, I like banana peppers on my pizza.
No, that belongs on a sandwich.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I wouldn't mind banana peppers on my pizza.
You like
I like
pickles?
banana peppers. Sometimes, but not in a plethora. But usually, like in a burger.
Nope.
Turkey burgers, not so much.
Nope. Pickles are nasty. Pickles are made from the devil. He took a great thing like cucumbers and decided to add that. All right.
Well, I'm just saying that you have either underestimated the thought process of this woman.
You don't think I prepare?
This is too much.
This is every week, bro.
I'm ready.
The gist of this conversation is that I'm right and y'all wrong.
Gigi. Come on. What's up?
Fuck is wrong with you?
Yo, you still on it?
Yes.
Mad time has passed now.
Not enough.
No one knows what happened. Why are we still bringing them?
Because that was violations.
You liked it a little bit. That's what it was.
Yerp. Welcome.
That's it?
Yes, that's all.
I'm so sorry.
Blame Gigi. Welcome to Convo 131 of Just a Conversation with Greg and Gigi. I'm the person that talk first. And I'm sitting next to this asshole.
Gigi. I didn't know it was. Yo, I apologize.
No, you don't.
Yo, no, I'm dead. I didn't know it was gonna be that deep. I didn't know it was gonna be here.
Yeah, you went pretty. That's gonna sound real wild.
I'm so sorry. I didn't.
Camera.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
You're not an asshole, yo.
Yo, but you. That's the first. And I'm saying that.
That hurt your feelings? It's me. That hurt your feelings?
Why you think that we... Okay. No, it didn't hurt my feelings because you didn't mean it.
I didn't.
I'm supposed to assume that you say things to me you don't mean?
If we're in the throes of...
Moving on.
Wow.
You want to do it again?
Yo, I think I'm a bad communicator with, like, my friends. And that's my job. Like, it's what I get paid for.
Yeah, visually.
No. Like, it's my job. I am a communication director.
Communicate.
Maybe I could communicate with the world better than the people I love. How are you doing, Gigi?
I'm good. I'm going through life. I'm reconnecting with people. I'm trying not to let things get to me as much. And kind of like, what's the word? Let go of things that you don't have control of. Like, no, what is the word? No, what's the phrase? You can't stress about things you don't have control of. Well, and you could do whatever you want. Actually, you can't. You could do when I say can't, but you shouldn't because you can't control it. And I think I'm starting to like let go of those things in my life where I feel like I just have to kind of like let it run its course or let the course be run on its own because there's nothing that I can do outside of what I've been doing. So, and I've just been providing myself grace. My group chat been bussing and I've been very entertained even though I haven't spoken. So shout outs to the Pod Fam, Drake, Everything Culture, Greg and Shan from Loudmouth Stereo and Young Black and Bothered and She Gets It Pod and of course Bela, my guy from BTG for President, and they're just so supportive and great. I like being around people who continue to stay within their craft and have found ways to show themselves to their audience, because I've learned so much just being in this group chat and being able to understand that like these people are really going out or people are coming to them to either be sponsored or finding ways to create new audiences and different apps that don't even exist. Shout out to you, Greg, not this Greg, but Greg from Young Black and Bothered. Like, I can't say Greg they have a good kind of, I haven't met a bad Greg yet. Usually my Gregs are entrepreneurs and they always try to make some money.
You meet my uncle.
Really?
My Uncle Greg? Yeah. It's a wild boy.
Okay, I gotta meet him and maybe I can.
No, you don't.
You don't think I should meet him? Why?
Nah.
Why?
You don't want to meet Uncle Greg. Uncle Greg is a special person.
Okay. Outside of that, I don't think I have anything else for y'all except that I like how things are things that are going in my life right now, and stay on that nut. How are you doing? How you doing, Greg?
I'm alright. The what?
Yeah.
That's deep. I'm tired. I'm okay, but I'm tired.
Yo, I'm tired too. Like, I want to take a nap, but we're not, because we're here for you.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just tired. Work.
I feel like this week, we've had Super Bowl. Just kidding, you guys. Ba-da-ba-ba. The first week of football started, and I got to chill with y'all. It wasn't a blue moon. Shout out to you, Gills, because you said you'll show up one day. Didn't, but that's okay. One day we will see you, and I
Chill,
believe that.
Gills joined my group chat. I was happy as hell to see you. Shout out to you, Gills.
Yes. And I'm calling you out because you do listen to us. So I would like to see you more. Yo, come over.
Chill, Gills be getting that bread. He be getting to it.
Yes. So, but still, I know that there's time for work. I know that there's time for family. I know that there's time for building your career and what you want to do. But you should also have some leisure time. You know, take a brain break. Chill with the people that care and want to support you. Anything else, Craig? But it was a good game. Cowboys ran through the Giants again.
Sure.
Again. Oh, I'm sorry. Your Colts. They lost. I watched it.
You know, you don't upset me when it comes to sports because you're not a real football fan.
That's okay.
So you can talk. That's cool.
That's fine. They still lost though.
Cool.
Fan.
Topics?
No fan. You see that they lost. Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Sure. So my topic is: do you think there are negative words, or do we make words negative?
You want to start, or you want me to start? Why? Why are you looking at me like that?
Yes and no.
I should get a shirt that say yes or no.
You should.
I was thinking about the word "you ain't shit," right? Mm-hmm. And I think
that's a phrase.
Yes. Well, shit. If that's the word, right?
Okay.
But when you paraphrase it in different ways, just like the B word, it can be used in a positive way, and it can also be used in a negative way.
True.
The N word, same thing. I feel like so that's why I say there is a yes and no, because
no yes and no. It's yes or no.
No, it's yes and no, because no matter how you use certain words, I guess there are certain words that you just like, well, no, because if you like that dirty talk, then it's not really offensive. It's really what offends people that's really the words in itself. But I think that it's really on how you use it that really dictates the meaning and the magnitude of how people take the word.
So is nigga a negative word?
It could be, depending on who's saying it to you or how it's felt in a space.
If we... All right, hold on. Let me wake up because I gotta get in the mood to have this conversation with you. Listen.
You could have drunk coffee for this, right?
No, I'm good. Nigga is a negative word. To answer the question, I do believe yes, there are negative words. There are definitely negative words. But I think humans make words negative.
We create them, so why wouldn't you think that?
Because there are negative words. Like nigga is a negative word. Doesn't matter who says it, it's a negative word. Like point blank and simple. Doesn't matter how you are interpreting it or who's saying it or who's saying it to who. It is a negative word. A curse word is a negative word. That's a bad negative. I guess it depends on how you look at the symbolisms of the words. But it's a negative word, right?
Shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, if you think about the word shit.
Shit is a negative word.
You could say you the shit or you ain't shit. It could be, you could take it two different ways.
But when someone, first off, I think we as humans got issues. Because if you tell me I'm the shit, why you want to be the shit?
Well, now, because you want to be like literal in the word.
But that's what I'm saying.
What you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, but that's how we phrase things. Like,
no, I get that. And I'm just fucking around with you. But I'm just saying, like, that's still a negative word.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, when I say that you ain't shit, like, why I should be shit, right? No, technically, if you're saying it the way that you're saying, because if you're saying that you ain't shit, you technically are shit because of you ain't shit. But the fact that you're not the shit, but then when you are the shit, it's okay. But who actually wants to be doodle?
Nobody wants to be doodle.
Unless you were the shit, and I'm okay with being the shit in that context.
Oh my gosh! I hope when you hear that back, you understand how confusing you sound. I understood.
Really?
Yeah, I got you.
If you're gonna say I'm confusing, you tell me that you got me. It's just running it back to better understand what I was trying to say. But I know how I kept saying the words, but come on.
That's why I said it sound confusing.
I heard you.
But there are negative words. So I'm gonna throw some words out there. You tell me if it's negative or we've made it negative.
Got it.
Narcissism.
Both. I think that the word in itself may come off as negative. I think that the people that have to interact it on a romantic level, even sometimes even a platonic level, could be negative. But I don't think that all narcissists, because people have narcissistic attributes in them, that doesn't make them narcissists.
The definition of a narcissist.
Okay. Gigi, go ahead.
Personality qualities include thinking very highly of oneself. Why is that a negative thing?
Okay.
You're not supposed to think highly of yourself?
Okay, continue.
Needing admiration. That's negative?
Okay.
Believing others are inferior. Now we get somewhere.
Okay.
And lacking empathy for others.
I think that's where we get to the negativity part, where there's no sympathy. That's why I like people, all those attributes could be, that's why people have narcissistic attributes.
I wonder when they, never mind.
But I don't think that everyone that is have narcissism in them are bad individuals. Mm-hmm. However, you see the people that are narcissists and people have promoted them, they tend to be manipulative. They tend to be non-empathetic.
So the word narcissism, like, it's a dependent.
That's why I said yes and no. Why you? I keep saying the same thing, and you keep saying
no, because you and your yes and no's don't make sense. It's for you. Okay, it's so yes or it's no.
Let's just.
I think
back.
You just don't
let's
like
just
to
go
stick
back.
to.
That's not true because I do in certain things. However, in your thing, you just went through the whole 2 sentences, and you were like, "There's nothing negative about that. There's nothing negative about that," and you're like, Oh, and so you realize that there are some things that you can agree with, and there's things that you did not agree with. It.
It's still dependent. The word itself
dependent
isn't
on
negative.
What? Dependent on what?
It's dependent on the what you're attaching to it.
Did you just read non-empathetic? That means that if you're going through something, I'm never going to be able to act, think, or try to feel how you're going through.
But to me, you could be.
Go ahead.
I can stand on this. Just because you're not empathetic doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Great. We're not talking about a person that's non-empathetic. We're talking about a narcissist.
Yeah, I'm just like how I said, thinking highly of yourself could be a good thing. Yeah, needing admiration, that's a good thing. Not being empathetic, it could be a good thing.
What else?
Feeling that others are inferior to you could be a good thing. I'm not saying those to me, those are not necessarily negative things. Mm-hmm. Like they can be negative, but they're not negative. I think we, as the I guess the subject matter, make that a negative thing. It's a dependent feeling. I mean, it's a dependent feeling. So for me, it's no. Like narcissism is not a negative word. It's a word.
Okay. I think that it is in a sense where. The thing about the first two lines made sense to me. Mm-hmm. But once you telling me that people are inferior than you, or the idea that you're not empathetic, like I could tell you that I'm going through something and that'll mean nothing to you. How do I get my support? Then you're not my friend.
Okay.
That means narcissists tend not to have genuine relationships because they cannot empathize with individuals. Too. How? It just said they're non-empathetic.
I would consider myself a narcissist.
Oh, okay. You're right. And that's not negative.
No. You think I'm negative?
I don't think that you're non-empathetic, but if I'm not going to argue with how you feel about yourself.
I think very highly of myself.
I don't think because you felt those 2 lines that makes you a narcissist. I do think that you believe that there may be people that are inferior than you,
but if you have the other 2, it makes you a narcissist.
No, Greg, I just told you that people have narcissist attributes. That doesn't make them a narcissist. It's when you embody that whole thing and you manipulate other people. That's the idea of why narcissism is a problem. Not because it's just a trend. It's because you realize that there are people in the world that literally prey on people that they know that they're better than because they will listen to them. You're not that person. But because you think that
you're arguing a completely different point.
Okay, you're right.
Okay, next word. Selfish.
Selfish. Both.
Is every word going to be both?
Yes, Greg, because I tried to explain to you that with selfish, I'm going to think about children. There's no way for me to be selfish when I think about my kids because my kids have to be okay before me. Me understanding that outside of self-care, let me finish my statement, Greg, and then you can have this conversation. And then outside of that, when I'm thinking about me and self-care, yes, there's nothing negative about being selfish. But there are times, like a situation when I was out and there was a group of us and we all ordered food and the food came in wrong, but it was taking so long that some people ate twice and some people didn't eat at all. I think that person that ate twice was selfish. I think that's negative. I think that at that point they realized that we was in a space where there was mad people that had food and everybody didn't have food, and you decided to eat 2 plates of food knowing that there was only a number of food items that were ordered. That's selfish. That's negative.
So you just gave 2 situations that are situational.
That's why I said both.
It can't be both. This is what I think you're not understanding. It can't be both. It has to be one or the other.
You just said situational. Why
no,
can't it be?
Because you keep
situational is
let me finish.
Relative.
You keep giving examples of how it can be a negative word and it can be a positive word.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
My thing is, if it can be both, then it's not a negative or it's not a positive word. You are saying the situation makes it a negative. The situation makes it a positive word. So no word is naturally negative or positive. We make them negative and positive.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense?
Racism is negative.
Absolutely. There's no positive to racism.
So the boom. We got there.
Wow. Oh, shit. You gave a definitive answer on something. And you see how that word is negative?
Yeah.
Because there's no
prejudice.
Because there can't be a positivity to it.
Yeah, so
in that instance, that word is always negative. Like, it's just a negative word.
Okay.
Like, do you get that?
I'm here now.
Right?
Okay.
So in a word like selfish.
But do you see how I had to bring you here? You didn't give me those examples. I gave them to you.
But because the fact that you had to go to an ultra negative word.
You gave me the words, and I was just telling you what I thought.
And I'm not saying you.
That's all I was doing. I was giving you my responses, Greg.
Only thing I was trying to get you to see that those words are dependent.
Okay.
Like they're situationally dependent.
Okay. Were you going to use those other words that I just used?
Huh? Actually, was I was getting there.
Okay. Was there any other words that you have?
No, you took them all because nigga was the first one.
Okay. Okay.
So, yes, I think we make words negative. There's no such thing. Well, no, there is a such thing as a negative word.
There is such thing as a negative word.
There isn't a such thing as a negative word. 1,000%.
Okay. You ready for me, Greg?
Mm-hmm.
Can someone love you if they never say it? And do you believe someone can say it but never mean it?
What's the first part? No, because the second part was long. Pause.
Do you want me to just, and then we'll do the next part?
Sure.
Okay. Can someone love you if they never say it? I think so.
Sure.
I think so. I think that some people are not really good with their verbal communication or even saying the word I love you because maybe they don't hear it as often or they haven't been in a situation often enough or consistent enough or genuine enough for them to feel vulnerable to say that I love you. So there's other ways that they may show you how they love you, whether it's their acts of service or how they admire you. Sometimes not always saying the word to me will kind of solidify how you really feel, because because we'll get to the second part. But I do believe that there are people that haven't said it or are scared to say it, but definitely feel it and try to find ways to show it without even saying it.
Oh, I didn't take that question that way.
Okay, so how'd you take it?
I was thinking like babies can't talk, and you know that they love you, right?
Carly can't talk. I know she love me.
See, that's how I took it. But the way you took it, or just that last part about people, especially adults, say like, if you love someone, but you don't say it, hell no, you don't love them.
I don't think that's true.
1000%.
I think it depends on really how you grow up, because my parents, like, they were affectionate, but they didn't really do the I love you type of thing. It wasn't until I started getting older and I started, like, making my dad, like, say it to me over the phone. And he used to feel awkward with saying it. Like, it wasn't something that he normally would just say. And if he did, he had a good day. But it wasn't just so easy for him.
But he said it.
But it wasn't often.
But he said it.
It wasn't often.
I hear that.
I'm not telling you that it, but this is after I have built the rapport of me telling him.
I understand that, but he said it.
I don't think you're getting what I'm saying.
No, I 1000% get what you're saying.
If I didn't proactively say it, I don't think that he would say it, and I wouldn't doubt that my dad didn't love me because he didn't say it.
I get that, but the end result is
he eventually said it, yes. But I'm trying to tell you that there are people that it's not so easy for them to just say it, even if they feel it.
For sure. I don't disagree with that at all. But they will say it.
Maybe.
No,
maybe.
There's no way in hell. No. There's no way in hell that somebody will never, if you feel strongly about someone or something, that you're never going to say, I don't love, I love it.
I think that you underestimate the idea that there are people that have been hurt to the point where I love you is a trigger for them, so they won't even.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that at all. Even if it's a trigger,
they're gonna still say it.
I believe that 1000%.
Sure, I don't believe that.
I
believe that there are people that have been in relationships or been around each other for so long that they may never say it, but they understand the way that they feel about each other, and so that they find other ways to show their love for each other. I don't think it's always about saying it. I mean, I think that because there are people that feed off of words of affirmation. That's me. I like to hear the words. I like to hear things making me feel great. Like, that's a part of my love language. But there's some people that don't need that. They're looking for other means, because sometimes words don't mean nothing to them. They've had people in this part 2 tell them that they love them and it means nothing. So saying I love you doesn't always
both things happen. Both things happen.
Okay, but that's the conversation that I'm having, is that I'm not telling you that what you're saying is impossible, but there is another side to the idea that there are people that are afraid to say I love you now, and that they'll rather do anything else except say it.
Until the other person corners them and say it.
Unless they understand their person. Everybody doesn't need, that's what I'm saying, like, everybody don't need the words of affirmation, Greg. Everybody's not the person that needs to hear it to know it.
It's not even about words of affirmation. It'd be mind-blowing to me for two people to be together for so long, and I'll even go on the deep end and say, you're at the altar. And if one person says, I love you, the other person, even if you never say it or you're triggered by the word, you're not going to say it back?
If you know that I'm triggered by the word, why can't we find other words that fit us? Why do we have to be so traditional?
Because the hope is that I have broken that trigger for you.
My thing is that, like, triggers are not always meant to be broken, but to be healed. And sometimes it doesn't happen in this ideal setup that you're saying, Greg. But as you've gotten to know me, I would think that you would understand that I might not be able to tell you that I love you, but I can say that I don't know. We can find other words.
But you don't think in the reverse that even though it is a trigger for you, that because you've gotten to know me so much, that wall will be broken down?
I think that you can. That's a possibility, but I think that if it's not, I think that because you understand that there's other ways that I've shown how I feel about you, that you're not you're not stuck on the idea that I have to tell you that I love you.
I don't think nobody would be stuck on it.
But okay, so if I never tell you that I love you, but I've showed you in all these ways that I love you, and maybe you keep saying it, and I'm telling you, like, I'm not okay with saying this. I'd rather say this or do this. You're going to argue with me about the fact that that's what you need? You're not going to work with me or compromise about the idea that we find or show love or
the thing is, but
differently?
The thing is, though, even in that situation, I think if the alternative was losing me, you would say it.
That's crazy. I think that's like putting me in an ultimatum in a space where you know that I'm not comfortable with something, and because you need this in order for you to be okay, and you know that me saying this doesn't help me, doesn't make me better, doesn't even prove how I love you, because again, in part 2, when we have that second part, is that people could tell you that they love you, Greg, but that don't mean shit. So me telling you that I love you doesn't always predicate the idea of who I want to be for you. Sometimes it's just a word that you throw around because I love cheeseburgers. I love the color blue. I love, I don't know, sandals in the summertime. I love sundresses, but doesn't mean that...
You just made my point.
Okay.
You clearly, because what correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But the thing that I think you're getting at, or that you're trying to get at, is that, like, yes, some people say I love you and it don't mean shit. People do throw the word love around like it means nothing. But at the end of the day, they say the word. They say it. That's what I'm arguing.
I think you're forgetting that. I think you're taking out of the context of it, and like I said, I didn't bring up the part 2 yet, but it's just the word doesn't always hold that much value. We had a conversation about meeting parents, right?
I agree.
So like for my person to meet my parents will wait probably so much more for me than someone meeting your parent, because of your experiences.
For sure.
Right? So the same thing in the idea of what we're talking about right now is that my experience is going to weigh different. If the word love, I love you, means nothing to me, I can tell you that. It doesn't change nothing for me. But because now you feel like you want to hear this and I'm giving you these words, it's like I'm reading off of a teleprompter. You feel good, but that doesn't change anything. I cannot love you, but I know that that's what you want to hear. Let's go to the second part, Greg.
No, we can go to the second part, but to respond to that,
okay,
I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
That is not what I'm arguing.
What are you arguing?
People say it. They will say it. Even if you're cornered, you will say it, and one or two things are going to happen. It's either you're going to mean it or you're going to start to resent the person because you had to say it. But the end result is you said it.
I don't think everybody does that. I think that those are scenarios that can play out, but I don't think that everybody decides that someone forces them to say something that they don't want, ready, or need to say.
And we're only talking about romantic relationships, right?
I think in general.
Because people say, I love X, Y, and Z all the time.
Yeah, like I love cheeseburgers.
That's what I'm saying.
But like what I'm saying, I think it.
So you're talking about person to person, though.
I think. Sure. Yes. Let's focus on that because it lets us not be broad in the conversation. Yeah. Person to person. So it could be platonic. It could be a relationship. It can even be family. Mm-hmm. Right. And I think that just because someone says it doesn't mean you have to say it back. If you genuinely don't feel that way. There's people that say it back just because it's words and they just having the conversation. It's like saying hello and goodbye.
For sure.
So can we advance the conversation?
Go for it.
Okay. So the second part of this question is, do you believe someone can say it but not mean it? And I feel like we both can say yes to that. Because like I said, that's why just because someone is saying it doesn't change how you may feel. You may be like, yo, I love you. And you may genuinely feel that way. And they don't care about that word or the meaning behind it. And they can say it right back because it's a conversation for them.
Mm-hmm. The actions are more important than the word.
But it actually depends on the person. Because my thing is there's some people, like I said, that they feed off of their love language, their bulk of their love language is words of affirmation. So yes, I see them show up for me. Yes, I see them be around me. But guess what? I still want to hear you say that. Just like you telling me that we're having this conversation and you put me in a corner and I'm going to eventually say it because you know that that's what I need. And which is still not fair to that other person, I think. I think that it should be something that should be not forced. I think that If it's said and it's reciprocated, it should feel genuine. It shouldn't feel like I'm saying it just because you're saying it. But I do believe that there are people that will say, I love you too. 1, for manipulation. 2, because they don't really understand the meaning of love. And 3, they know that what that person wants. They want what that person wants for them, even if they don't want it themselves, but it's working for them right now.
For sure.
So I do believe that people will say that they love you and they don't mean it. But you know what? But I also believe that people can say they love you and you may believe that you don't mean it. They don't mean it because of how you're expecting to be loved. And they don't know how to love you that way. Or they're still learning how to love you that way. And you don't believe that they love you. Does that make sense?
I understand what you was trying to say.
Okay, say what I was trying to say, Greg. Say it.
That some people want to be loved a certain way. And if you say I love you, but like you just said, but words of affirmation or words mean nothing, then the receiving party may be like, yeah, that's just words.
Yeah, or vice versa, or you doing everything that you want to do because that's how you show your love language is act of service and gift giving, and the person is just like, but I just want to hear you say it because their love language is. So in my mind, you don't love me, and be like, why? Because you never told me that you did. You don't see all these things that I've done for you, and you're like, but that's not how I perceive love. And then you realize, and I think that's when that balance of, do you really love me, and do you know how to love me, and are you willing to learn how to love me plays into it.
What do you need?
What do you mean? In regards to what?
Do you need someone to say it and show it?
All the things. I'm definitely a words affirmation type of woman, but words fall short if you are not able to back it up. So you can tell me all the things, which I love to hear, especially if you have a good voice. But I'm also an individual that I need the act of service. I don't mind gift giving either, but I definitely know my personality, and I show up for the people that I care about, hands down, with or without any drawers on, and I want that same for me. Yeah. What about you, Greg?
I think the actions speak louder than the words. Yeah. Because I'm one of those people who've heard the word over and over. Like, that's why I was like, I don't disagree with you. I understand what you're saying. But people say it all the time, regardless of how they're feeling, which is a bigger issue. But yeah, you can never say it as long as I see it.
Okay, one more question that I just popped into my head. Do you think the way that people love themselves dictate how they love others?
No.
You think that I can love myself less and love you more?
Absolutely. I think men do it all the time.
I think women do it all the time.
There you go.
Okay. I have no argument with that because I feel like we both have the same argument just on...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How come this wasn't a yes or no answer for you?
What do you mean?
Like, do you think people say I love you and not mean it? Like, you were so definitive in your yes. But everything else is yes and no.
Because I feel like I tried to explain to you is that what I've even learned in the space that I am in, or whatever journey that I'm in, is that like I know I'm learning how to love myself, and sometimes the people or the individual that I may be in love with or love may not know how to love me the way that I've now learned to love myself.
So do they love you?
I think that they do. I believe that they do. It's just that I had to come to terms with they love me in the capacity that they know what love is.
So someone who says, so someone who tells you I love you but isn't loving you in the way that you need to be loved, you feel like they're loving you?
No, because that's subjectively, of course they're not loving me.
So do they love you?
In their way, but doesn't mean they're loving me the way that I want to be.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say, is that like when I'm now understanding the idea that when you learn someone's history and their experiences, whether it's with their family or their previous relationships, you start to pick up a pattern or understanding on how they perceived or how they gave or how they received love. And when you start understanding that more, that's why it's kind of not always good to know all their history, but at least the last year or two, or at least 3 years, to better understand the individual that you're with, because that shows you a pattern. Now, can those patterns be broken? Can they be adjusted? Of course they can. But these are the ways that they've understood how love works for them at this point in time, whether they're 20, 30, 40, or 50. You have to understand that person that you're dealing with. And so if I am always surrounded around love all the time, positive energy, people telling me that I'm great, and you have that opposite, we may interact differently when it comes to love and how I'm able to portray that to you and how you've been trying to portray it to me. Does it mean it won't be adjusted? Yes, no, maybe how damaged you are, maybe how healed you are, but it also plays into our experiences and what we're used to, or how we know how love has been given and how we've given love and how it's been received and how it's been responded to in our history. That's what I think.
Cool.
I think you feel like I was rambling. You wasn't listening to me? You was listening?
I always listen.
Oh, because usually you have a rebuttal and you had nothing to say.
That was your thoughts.
Okay, well.
Can't argue with your opinion.
Well.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. If you have made it to the end of the show, thank you for listening. We end every show with a part of the show called New Dialogue. New Dialogue is just a part of the show where we talk about things we found interesting this week. Want to start us off?
No, you go ahead, Greg. I'm trying to think of my new dialogue. I watched BS High and I watched Power Force. I think it's starting off slow, but I'm still trying.
Yeah, it got good. It get good like episode 3 or 4.
Isn't there only 2 episodes? There's 3 episodes now? Because
this is a full season, and now they're on season 2.
I'm talking about season 2. I'm not talking about the first season.
Oh, you saw the first season?
Yeah.
Oh no, the second season, I'm good with it.
Oh, okay. I'm still trying to work myself through it.
Nah, I'm good with it.
Still work. It's all right. That's not my new dialogue, but those are the 2 things that come to my head.
What you think about BS High?
It was actually a really good documentary to see, like, the person. Like, you don't really get to see documentaries when they're doing it about an individual. And the fact that the individual wanted to be a part of it, and you got to see his personality, you got to see his thought process, you got to see his emotional intelligence and how he was responding to people, I was worried. Because this is sometimes why black businesses get a bad report, because it's just like, you want great for your community, but you find any means to do it, but at the detriment to your community. And so are you really building it up, or are you just finding a way to tear it down in order to build your pockets? That's what I got.
It's like drug dealers.
Hey, but drug dealers, if you think about it, in the state of New Jersey, weed is legal. And at this point, were they dealers or were they just medicating us at this point?
They're dealers. And there's people.
I support
It's
y'all.
people with that mindset that go to jail for a long time.
They don't, because weed is legal.
Please learn your marijuana laws.
Yes, in all states and countries. Okay, Greg, go ahead. I don't know what
my new dialogue is I feel bad for the rest of the world in basketball. Because everybody talking shit about America because we didn't place in the FIBA World Cup, and next year's the Olympics, and America is now going to send the A squad, and I don't think nobody can fuck with America.
The day squad?
The A squad: LeBron, KD, Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Anthony Davis.
You're excited.
Oh, I think we're gonna win every game by 40.
I like that. I'm excited to entertain Greg's thoughts and see his thoughts.
So
I'm with that.
One more. Shout out to Coco Gauff winning the U.S. Open. I was so excited.
Oh, yes. I love that. And I love that she stood up for herself. I love that regardless of how it played out. Yes, you're a winner because you deserved that win. But I'm happy that you weren't passive aggressive and you stood up for yourself and your thoughts were heard around the world. Thanks for the win. 19 years old. Shout out to that. That's good genes. Okay, Greg. With that being said,
You don't have a new dialogue?
Well, I said a lot of things. I don't really have. Just try to nut today, whether it's by yourself, with your partner, with a partner. Come, release. It's been a little tension going on, and I think once you release, the world will be a better place. That's all I got.
All right.
Thank you so much for making it this far, my friends, family, loved ones, first time, last time, the people that just listen to the clips. Greg, you want to let them know how they can find you and how they can find us?
Yeah, follow us on X. Follow me on X and Instagram at Greg Nelson26 because my name is my brand. And follow the pod on X, Instagram, Twitter. TikTok. Listen to us
YouTube.
On YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcast and Amazon Music and all those places at JustAConvo_pod.
Thank you, Greg. And you can find me, my amazing individuals, on X, formerly known as Twitter, at GQARLY. I feel like I said it wrong. And the number 7. Let's do it again. You can find me, my amazing individuals, as GQARLY and the number 7. And if you forgot today, if someone didn't tell you today, if we need to be reminded today, if we realize that just setting boundaries instead of letting go of people is your new wave today, because we lose people every day. Be better. And Greg and I want you to go be great. Gigi.